What up, guys? Just thought I'd shoot a quick video today on how to do web scraping using ChatGPT's Code Interpreter. Personally, I feel one of the most underrated capabilities on the platform. So, what is web scraping? Kind of is what it sounds like. It's the scraping of a web page. So, essentially, extracting data, content from a website and putting it into a format that you can use, so into like a CSV file. So why is it valuable, or how do I use it? So I personally use it to scrape real estate data, so I can track prices over time on properties I might be looking at. And so I thought that might be the best use case. I should show you guys today on how you can do some web scraping on whatever you want to use it for. Okay, so let's crack on. So let's start. So to do web scraping using ChatGPT's Code Interpreter, you need a web page to scrape. So I've pre-prepared the web page. So this is actually the use case I use web scraping for. This is realestate.com. If you're in Australia, you know what this is. It's the #1 property site, and it's just listing properties in a specific area. So Southern Shire, this is where I live, and I've just put a bit of a filter on. And you can see there's an address here, there's bedrooms, land size. A lot of the prices are hidden at the moment for this web page, but let's just double check. Right now the prices are starting to show up for some of the properties, right? And so what I want to do is extract the address data and the price data into a spreadsheet. Do that weekly, so I can capture a bit of a pattern around prices coming down, agents lowering prices, so it just has a bit more negotiation time. So how you actually do this is Control S. So depending on the Mac Windows, I'm a Mac. What you want to do is actually just save it as a HTML file. I've obviously done this a few times, so I actually can't save it like that. Let's just go version 6. As a good boy, I pre-planned. All right, so that's the HTML file. And then what you want to do is come in here and actually upload that file, right? And then you want to give a prompt, something like, from the HTML file, can you please extract and this is where you just say what data points you want to pull from the website of the property and the advertised price, and export it to a CSV file. Okay, that's pretty much the prompt. Obviously, the more details, the better. You give more context around the website, the actual data points. If you do right click and do an inspect, you can know the actual entity tags, etc. You can put them in here and give them a bit more detail. I've already tested this, so I know this works for this website, but for other websites, you might need to provide a bit more information. But let's just hit enter. And now it will go and start to process this information, right? It will start to tell you, it will go through quite a process of reading and trying to pass the data. So, like I said, I have pre-planned. You can see I've done this previously. Let me just remove that. I've uploaded the data. I've said pretty much that same prompt, and then it's gone through a process reviewing the data. So let's start by reading and inspecting the HTML file. Then it yada, 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 yada. I won't read this through, but I do encourage you, if you are going to go through this process, it's probably valuable to kind of read through the process it's going through so you can kind of learn how web scraping comes together. Then it essentially gives you a CSV to actually, with the data in it, okay? So here it is. The Excel, there you go. There's the addresses, and you'll remember at the start when I went through that web page, you could see at contact agent for sale, and only down the bottom they started to have some prices on some of the houses. Perfect, right? So that's how it works. But what if you want to combine? Like that was just one page, but obviously for my real estate example, there's actually probably numerous pages of properties that I want to scrape, right? So let me just pull that back up, right? So that's page, what we just looked at and we scraped the data for, that's page 1, right? You can see down the bottom here. Well, page 2. So that CSV is kind of incomplete because there's actually more properties in this area that I probably do want to be tracking, and I do want to track, right? So now 26 to 50, etc. So the same process works again, right? So I do control S, I save it as a HTML file, and then what you want to be doing, you can see that was the one I did on this video. You can see there's actually a HTML file for me to actually download there. I won't open it. But I just want to show you the scenario where you want to combine between numerous pages into one CSV file. It can handle that situation, right? See, and I've followed up with a prompt like this, right? So page 1 I uploaded, you've seen me do that. Now page 2, I've saved a second HTML file, and then I've essentially written a prompt like, attaches the HTML file of a second page of properties from the same website. Can you complete the same exercise of extracting the address and price data and combining it into one CSV file that has page 1 and page 2 data inputs in it. High level prompt, it actually worked, right? So here is, if I click on this link here, I've already got it uploaded. There you go. You can see now this is page 2 data. And so obviously if you go 3 pages, 4 pages, you can combine them all into one CSV file for analysis. And obviously I can pull in more data points, etc. So guys, as you can see, this is pretty powerful. I've just gone through one use case. There's many other use cases and valuable ways that you can use web scraping. Give it a try, guys. Super simple. You can do it really quickly, and such a value add, and something I'm using immediately right now and will continue to use. So thank you, ChatGPT and OpenAI. Give it a try and let me know how you go. Peace.